I did want to take a moment to talk about what happened on Monday, May 25th, when Mr. George Floyd life ended brutally at the hands of a Minneapolis police officer as video rolled and onlookers pleaded for mercy. Other officers on scene ignored the pleas for help and were complicit in his murder. We watched in shock and horror and are devastated. As mayor of Iowa City, I condemn this act of violence against Mr. Floyd by this law enforcement officer. We are a nation in mourning. We're devastated, frustrated, and outraged as we helplessly watched a man's life fade before our very own eyes. It is 2020, and his death marks yet another incident of violence towards a Black man, reminding us that we are still fully engaged in our battle to end racism. I'm a Black man, and I want to take this opportunity to let you know the grief and the frustration and anger and feelings of hopelessness that I and some of my fellow Black community members are also feeling. To the many allies that are just as frustrated and angered by this and grieving along with us, we thank you, because it is because of your acts now and in the past that has brought us where we are today. There's a lot to be done, and we don't at all condone any acts of violence of any kind. We respect the freedom of speech and the peaceful protest. Now is the time for all of us to take a look around and know that every single one of us can make a difference and be a part of the change that this country is so desperately in need of. As we remember George, remember also that we are not helpless. We can all show compassion, show mercy, and show love towards one another as fellow human beings. We can listen with an open mind, understand the frustration felt by many, and act in a way that will affect change in our daily lives. Together, we will get through this, but we must have the difficult conversations about race and equality and equity within our nation, state, city, and most importantly, in our homes. As mayor, I am committed to building on the efforts of this city and all of the things that we've done over the last few years. We must push harder and ensure our community leads on this issue in a meaningful way. The conversations have to happen. We're going to get through this. One of the things that we know is happening across our city and in the nation are protests, opportunities for people to come and express themselves. And I think it's very meaningful for a lot of people to gather in a setting where they can just come and have an outlet to free themselves, to voice their concern, to voice their frustration. I, along with other community leaders, are hosting an event throughout our neighborhoods, and it's called Speak Up, Speak Out. And it's at 3 locations throughout our community. Wednesday, June 3rd at 6 p.m., we're going to be at Weatherby Park, 2400 Taylor Drive. On Friday, June 5th, we're going to be at Pheasant Ridge at 6 p.m., and that's 2651 Roberts Road. Saturday, June 6th at 2 p.m., we're going to be at Mercer Park, 2701 Bradford Drive. We're asking people to come and join while our brothers and sisters within the Black community, but also our nation is grieving. Let us grieve together. Let us come out and speak up and speak out. At this time, I want to talk about our Iowa City Police Department. These men and women are dedicated to our community. They have dedicated their lives by sacrificing on the front line in so many instances. Now, don't get me wrong, we all have challenges and room for growth, but they really do care deeply about our city. And they care deeply about the people that live here. They care deeply about the educational opportunities we've extended to them. They've undertaken extensive de-escalation training to help prevent incidents from rising to the point of physical violence. They're committed to eliminating racial bias in policing and ensuring that their service to the public meet our expectations. They will continue to focus on improving processes and engaging with the public in ways that build a sense of community based on trust and not fear. I think the message to all of the individuals within our community that is suffering and grieving, again, we ask that you reach out and console each other. And there's ways to express your frustrations by speaking out and sharing what that is. And I am hopeful that we will get through this.